So here we go. Game 6 of this best of 7 between Heartless and Devil's Justice. Had to think then. Obviously, this is a resumption of the series, which was played out in large part last weekend. It's currently 3-2 to Heartless. I would actually have placed them as slight underdogs in this clash between the two teams, just because CZ is so well drilled. There's no doubting that individual skills of the Heartless players are at least on the same level as some of the all of the CZ players, but as a team they have so much experience in RTS leagues and other competitions like that. They play so well together, play together a lot, and then they added Tato, who I haven't had a chance to see how well he's working together with his new teammates. But obviously he's an incredible player, so I thought Devil's Justice would be probably winning this best of 7, 4-2 or something like that, but as it happens they are 1 point away from being eliminated. They have to win this game, which is Mongolia. Standard AOC map thrown up by the map pack here. Hang on, this score speed is a little bit too low for me. Whereas Heartless have the luxury of being able to lose this game and then still heading into a decider after that. They won CM Tombolo in Game 5 last weekend to put themselves into this position. Some of those games did get casted here on VB Official by Nilly. We definitely have the Game 5 video on YouTube, but none of the others. I think he casted 1 or 2 others, but unfortunately his scheduled stream of the actual games, he had to go and play instead, so there was like a POV stream of his team's games, the bots team. So focusing on this game now, we can see that a ball steal is going on here. This is MBL on the left flank, so his lack of having his own mouse and his own computer and being hundreds of miles from home on a different setup is not hindering his laming instincts in the slightest. But Skull's going to see that and try and block it off. He's going to have a good chance of doing that, I should think. Still a lot of ground to cover for MBL here, so if Skull is trying to block the ball instead of just kill MBL scout, he could make it go back. But to be honest, the HP is so low, and obviously when you're luring the ball you've got to zigzag, so yeah, MBL needs to be careful here. He may even lose his scout. There's only one more hit remaining that scout can actually take. Any kind of getting caught on the scenery as it goes around the forest here could spell disaster, and the ball runs back, so Skull protects his own ball. But will the villager get it? Will the villager get it? You need to wake up, Skull. Okay, yeah, that ball should go home now for Skull. So, focusing in, we've got Skull playing Persians on the left flank in the teal colour. We can see that there's no Persian on the Heartless team here, so they were thinking about the Nomad start there. Opposite him is MBL in the Huns, so basically you kind of want to have a Paladin Civ, but on this occasion Heartless chose to go with Huns, whereas Devil's Justice, chose to go with Persians. So that, although they both got perfectly good Paladins, of course, but the Persians are a little bit more suitable for the Nomad starts. Continuing on with the player lineups, then we've got Yannick with Vikings Pocket on Mongolia, which is an extremely wallable map, and I guess it's going to be kind of hard to do much with Vikings in the pocket on this kind of map. I think Sling coming out, probably to Mayans perhaps, would be the most likely play with this deep pocket position for the Vikings on such a wallable map. So Tattoo on the right in the blue colour playing Mayans. He's matched up against Fiage Mongols, so that could work out quite well if they choose to sling Tattoo. Him playing Mayans, and he'll be able to do a really fast, strong push against a civilization like Mongols, which can take some time to get going. So Fiage in the green colour playing Mongols flank. Notably no Mongols at all for the CZ team, the Devil's Justice team. So looking at their civ lineups, they were really thinking about the possible alternatives for the map pack. Oh, who's getting housed this badly here? It's Melkor, who we haven't gone to yet. But yeah, they were really thinking like, oh, we need water maps, we need nomad maps, whereas obviously Heartless went with the Vikings. But yeah, no Mongols. It's an interesting choice. See if it pays off for them. Obviously it kind of depends whether games will develop into late game or not. But anyway, yeah, Vikings Pocket as well here. So maybe Melkor will choose to do a Yannick, and we'll have what I was suggesting Yannick would do, and we'll have both of the Viking pockets slinging. So Melkor in red, that's Matthias. And then rounding out, we've got MBL, as already mentioned. Seems Yannick doesn't really want his scout, but MBL just a little bit slow to garrison that TC, get some hits. You see big walls coming out for MBL already, actually, over here. All the way to the middle of the map. This is potential team walling already. I mean, this is all closed. Mongols, Drosh on the flank. So, you know, more commonly you would see scouts from a Mongol's flank, but facing off against Mayans, Drosh kind of replying in kind, I guess, and also this is a bit more of a Drush and wall map than it is a scouts map, to be honest. Like, your inclination would be there to go scouts a little bit more if it was on Arabia. So Drush is out a little bit faster for both flanks for the CZ team, actually, Devil's Justice. I'm going to keep using those two interchangeably because in my head I think of them as CZ plus Tato rather than Devil's Justice, because that's basically the team. But yeah, it seems that they're really concentrating on getting this team wall out. But it's going to be in vain because those militia will slip past the palisade wall, and this villager is a long, long way from home. If the scout runs ahead and blocks her off, will very well be one dead vill here, but that's not happening just yet. Let's have a look at the Drush on this side. VH clinging to the hill against Tato, and he'll probably just try and stop Tato's militia causing any trouble and kind of zone him out. Checking this villager, she's going to make it back to TC easily. Skull actually using a lot of HP on there. That scout should go down. So that's going to make it so you can't find out too much too quickly about the layout of MBL's base now. Going to have a little bit more trouble finding some other resources to hit with the militia, which do all still have full HP, so can still pose quite a nuisance to MBL there. But there's a bit of a, I guess, I'm just looking at this is funny. Slight failure of scouting there. I was going to say the team wall is a little bit out of joint with itself, but they'll probably do along here now, maybe, if they're a bit, they don't want to push out this far. Let's take a look at the right. Scout went down for free age as well. 2 militia still in play for Tato. Look, judging by their HP, I guess free age has lost his militia. Yeah, 4 deaths. So yeah, not much HP on the Eagle either, that's not too bad. I was going to say, if there was a full HP Eagle in there as well, that could still prove to be pretty bad. But that Drush is close to dead even if there are 3 units still alive. So this team wall will be a little bit less ambitious, although in calling it a team wall, it's not quite the case, is it? It's actually that VH is sort of out on his own. It's interesting actually because both Devil's Justice flanks are kind of equidistant from the pocket, whereas the Heartless team kind of has 2 people at the back, and then VH is way out in the middle, not in the middle of the map, but he's way forward of his teammates. A little bit of a difference in the positions there. So VH going Market Blacksmith with 4 walls. I guess that can work fine on this map. It is Mongolia after all, stone walls actually as well. Wow. Is he on stone? Yeah, he's going to stone to be able to put those TCs down when he gets to Castle Age. Looking on the left hand side, yep, those militias stayed in play for school for quite a long time. MBL encountered them back at home, and those two will just clean each other up pretty much, and that's the end of the Drush action on the left hand side. Market coming down for MBL, so I'm assuming he's got a blacksmith somewhere, or will put one down anyway. Stable blacksmith for Skull. This looks like a sling if I've ever seen one. Yeah. Obviously there's no coinage, because this is Wick mod, which moves the slinging technologies back 1 age. Matthias with blacksmith market, and he's actually going up to the Castle Age, so maybe he's going to do Castle Age sling. We'll have to see. But for now it looks like Yannick will stay in the feudal age. Let's go to his point of view. Yeah, he's got no resources. We'll just scroll the overlay. He's already sent 1,000 resources to Tato, so I judged it right. Tato will be the one who receives the sling, and he's going crazy aggressive here. Look at this. How many villages is that? 9, 10? Going forward, probably going to put cast on this hill maybe to try and break into Fiege's base. Or is he going to go to the pocket? Where's he going? Let's go to his point of view. Castle on this hill to break into Fiage's base. So we're going to have slung Mayans rushing Mongols. So that is going to be tough for Fiage to defend. He's already quite heavily on stone with 3 vills. Maybe he'll try and slow the attack down by adding a few more vills to stone himself, getting castled up. But the Mayans on the sling will get up to the Imperial Age first and just push that anyway. So it will only buy him so much time. He said tribute then. Team War is kind of completed between Yannick and Stolf, and now Tato will be out on his own. He's looking quite vulnerable at home. I was about to say that, but he's actually going to go out and wall all of this up around, and while he applies the aggression. Plumed Arch is coming out immediately. He's already on their way to the Imperial Age. So Fiage is going to do a siege workshop, probably get a mangonel or 2 out to defend from some plumed archers, but any castle that he might have done would have been futile. He's going to just try and defend for a while. Second TC siege workshop, but really, like, even if Tato wasn't getting sling, I'd fancy him to push in there using the Mayans' speed and kind of early late game power spike, if that makes any sense, against the slower Mongols. Slower to get their late game army is what I'm trying to say. So MBL went up Market Blacksmith, looking like just a boom to me. Starting to stonewall everything up. We did see Skull go up with the stable, but no knights just yet coming out. Just 1 scout cavalry through, because he did lose that scout pretty early, didn't he? He lost it to MBL's. Was it to TC or the Drush? I can't remember. But wants to get more information about what MBL's doing, because currently, looking at this, doesn't really know anything. Let's see how things are progressing over here. Fiage has done some interior re-walling here, but this is still a bit flimsy where the houses are. But Tato can bust through there quite quickly with his military. Already got a reasonable group of plumes there, 10 coming out. Gonna hit the Imperial Age in a moment. He'll add a siege workshop, so we're gonna see pretty fast push with plumes and rams here. Melkor, meanwhile, did go up to the Castle Age, do a little mini boom, and now he's gonna get coinage. 4 TCs actually. That's quite a lot. So 4 TC Castle Age sling. I'd assume that would go to MBL. Perhaps it'll go to Fiage to help him defend, but I don't know if that would really work out, because the Mayans have just got that ability to push so fast once they hit him. So Tato is in the Imperial Age, only 32 villages at this point. Of course, he spent half the game aging up, but he's getting Bracer already. Plumed Archers are staying as their Castle Age versions just for now. Having gone up with so few villagers, almost fully reliant on sling, he's obviously has to choose his upgrades wisely here. But he's going to do 1 Treb. Second Treb is being queued up, and he's about to break into Melkor's base. He doesn't seem to be paying attention to the fact that he's broken through it just yet. But he could do quite some damage to the sling. But actually, it's Fiage who's receiving the sling there, just to point that out, since I did think it would be more likely to go to the Huns. So Heartless team are slinging Mongols. But I feel like it would take Fiage longer as the Mongols to get a good army together to fight back against the Mayans push. So so far I'm more optimistic about Tato's ability to push in here. Second castle going to come forward. It will be allowing Tato to break down these walls a bit better. Also hitting obviously all these villages and potentially the town centre as well. And it's going to keep forcing Fiage back away from some of his resources, including his main gold just behind this wall, if Tato moves forward just a little bit more. Meanwhile, in the back of Melkor's base, his plumes are dodging TC fire, going round to the gold. There's only a few here, but it's enough to cause significant damage and idle time if they park themselves on their important resources. We can see that the sling so far has been very, very strong from Yannick to Tato, 4,390, whereas Fiage has only received 1,500. Obviously, the sling starts a lot earlier with it being feudal age sling, whereas Melkor was doing 4 TCs and then starting to sling in the Castle Age. You can see the resources coming out thick and fast from Yannick, and Fiage is losing ground here against an opponent who's received a lot more resources than him thus far. Meanwhile, just taking a look over the other side of the map, it's looking very, very boomy. Don't see too much going on in terms of military. Skull will push out to pick up a couple of relics. But MBL is just booming behind stone walls. It's starting to drop stables, but I don't think he's done too much production from those already. I see 6 military bloodlines being researched. Yeah, he's here cleaning up the plumes out of Melkor's base so that that sling can continue to come out. But let's return to the scene of the action. Fiage with a lot of layers of fortified wall, just desperately trying to slow Tato down. Could get a nice shot with the mangonel here actually if Tato's not paying attention, but it seems he is. You can see him remicroing those plumes there. Mangonel's just such easy prey, and there's only now 1 layer of fortified walls stopping Tato from breaking through at this point, so Fiage is doing more here, but this is actually taking away 2 of Fiage's golds, including the main gold and this forward second gold. The third one in the back isn't being taken at the moment, so I like the direction of Tato's push here. It's denying a lot of important resources to Fiage. And a third castle being placed in a really nice spot, pretty much right in between those 2 golds to make sure Fiage isn't going to be able to run out here and start mining over here. MBL's knights are crossing the map, but they're going to have to go... In fact, they're going to need to have the map opened up for them because there's so much rewalling inside the base, inside the team wall, that those knights can't get out at the minute. But MBL, yeah, he didn't actually continue to produce lots from those stables, still only on 5 military. Let's have a look at Tato's and Fiage's resources. They're the ones currently engaged. Those teal dots tricking me into thinking something's going on there. Yeah, Tato's still looking good. He's got a lot of resources in the bank. Elite Plumed Archer already clicked, and he's got Bracer, Chemistry, +2 armor, and he's through. Trebcut there. He's had enough of the fortified walls and he's Trebcut through the forest, so Fiage is going to find his economy disrupted now. He's adding in extra siege workshops. Mangonel shots just missing here. Tato's on point with the Plumed Archer micro, and those elite plumes with Bracer and Chemistry just shredding Mangonels in 1 volley. Fiage, meanwhile, is on 65 population, 0 military. That's actually less population than his aggressor here, Tato. Obviously Tato has a lot fewer villagers, but I just look at Fiage on the way to the Imperial Age and I think, okay, at least he's doing it in that TC there, so it should survive. But you know, he's going to hit the Imperial Age in around 2 minutes, and then he's going to, in the meantime, or then he's going to start building military, and by that point Tato, I guess he'll have like 40 plumed archers and he'll be pushing the Trebs in. I don't know what he's going to do to stop that, to be honest. Little bit of annoyance going on here by CZ's Skull. A couple of monks converting a villager inside the boundaries of Melkor's town and trying to drop a cheeky stable, but that's not going to happen. He's actually got one there too. I wonder if that was yeah, that must have been built by that converted villager, but Melkor's onto it, going to wall it up. Left side Skull is on the way to the Imperial Age. Let's return to Fiage's town. MBL on the way to Imperial Age as well, so both left flanks will be on. Fiage will get to Imperial Age. Or will he? 2 Trebs there. Those 2 Trebs could possibly get it if they start firing, but they're aiming at the wrong TC. Oh, now we see it starting to fire, 70%. We'd only need like 4 volleys from the 2 Trebs in total, and we see another Treb moving forward. This is going to be close. If the Trebs actually focus on the right thing, then he can't get Vils there to repair either. And GG being called. Fiage is dead. He was going to lose his imp, but I think he's dead anyway, to be honest. He just can't Imperial Age wouldn't have helped him because, like, as I was saying, he's starting to build military from scratch. In fact, this is showing -2 military. Not exactly accurate there by the spec overlay, but it's just so hard to stop those fast mines push into Sling. Unless you've got like able to build a strong army quickly, you can't rely on just like booming it up to Mongols Imperial Age. I think they would have probably needed the Huns to be fighting against the Mayans there to try and slow them down, like the Huns receiving Sling. So that's going to make it. Oh, my scene switcher turned off. Wow. I'm glad I didn't just spend the whole thing on overlay there. Because that would have been embarrassing, but it seems that people are saying GG strong play, so they you must have seen the game, which I'm glad to hear. I've had some overlay nightmares in the past. Right, Leray is here, so we will go up to 4v4. Obviously, he'll play for Heartless and not CZ, despite the name, despite his nationality. Wick all over again, Sling the Mayans OP. Yeah, even with coinage being removed to the Castle Age, Castle Age, it doesn't do much to stop it, does it? But as the chat is talking about, and as I was mentioning in my commentary during the game, I don't think slinging the Mongols was the best strategy there. MBL saying it's impossible to play standard hotkeys. Leroy goes, sorry, I didn't know the games were that early or indeed today, which is pretty bad. Like, your team confirms scheduling, and one of your main guys doesn't know what day the games are, even still. Yeah, that's not new meta by any stretch of the imagination. Sling the Mayans is... Oh, well, I can remember it from the start of when I started to pay attention to competitive AOC in 2013, when HD got me back interested in the game. But yeah, we wanted to see an imp TC go down there, didn't we? We had it denied from us. Yeah, people saying I thought pros only pick Mongols, Huns, Mayans in 3v3 games. Yep, I was saying during the game that the CZ were definitely thinking of all eventualities with the potential maps and the potential start types, because the Persians is definitely with a view to it, but the possibility of a nomad start while still wanting a paladin civ. I think I like that better. I like that Persians pick over the Huns pick, just personally. Casters are better schedulers and show more often than the players. Yeah, you'd think, wouldn't you, that after so many AOC tournaments and after the game's been out 16, 17 years, one of the two, and how many tournaments we've had with the same sorts of formats in the past few years, that the players would be getting increasingly better at scheduling and showing up for the games. But I don't know. It seems like it's the reverse is true. Yeah, Game 7's hidden civs on Arabia, so we will see the Huns, Mayans, Mongols combo here, and then the fourth civ likely to be either Chinese or Spanish. Sometimes, very rarely, we see Persians or Aztecs or something like that. Cast the tournament confirmed. That'd be fun. I don't think I'd cave into the pressure, except when playing T90 official, of course. I can't play seriously against Momano either. He just makes me laugh. So the players are in the game setup screen, but I guess they're picking civs and making sure the settings are okay. This is really important now because it is the deciding game. Launch that airy theme again. So got some music in the background whilst we wait. Spectator delay hasn't started yet. Right, spec delay is counting down now, so it'll be about 30 seconds until we're into the game. Let's skip this on a bit. John Petrucci. That would be awesome if it was. No, if you look it up on the on YouTube, it's by Dennis Martensen, spelt in a kind of, I guess it's Swedish or Norwegian way. AOE2 main theme metal cover / remix by Dennis Martensen. Alright, enough babbling.